because you were
my naivete.
wrong.
So the next, I have a friend who's a PA that's a pathology assistant.
Okay.
And so I went to her lab one time because I work in oncology, and she would dissect lung tumors routinely, and I just wanted to see how this was done and see them in person, right? So I go into the pathology lab, and I don't know if you have ever been into a pathology
Yes, of
department,
course.
but it's
Yeah.
a nice, dark
I thought about doing pathology at one point.
dungeon of a place.
I'm
And
glad now that I didn't, because my eyes are so bad I can't really see through a microscope very well anymore. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah.
Enough about me.
So they have some trophies from different surgeries and things that they just keep up in the lab.
Yes.
And in this large 5-gallon bucket was a very large, like, cucumber that was just really partially messed up, just eviscerated, like half of it, like ground, and it was in a bucket of preservative.
Okay.
I'm like, I asked my friend, like, what is this? What's the deal? So person had inserted it into the rectum, well, through the anus.
Yeah.
Quite large.
Well, where else would they get it?
We're
into
talking
the rectum?
like
Except
at
through the
least
anus,
5-inch diameter.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the big farm ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, thought better of it and inserted a drill
To try to pull it back
pull it back out. Put the drill in reverse, but unfortunately perforated their
Oh
colon.
my God. Oh my
Wrong
God.
Check,
answer.
please.
Wrong answer.
I am too smart. I am too smart.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to the poor soul.
Well,
but
people will
they
do
saved the
anything to
cucumber.
not go to the emergency room when they've shoved a 5-inch cucumber up their ass.
Yeah.
But just listen, we've talked about this before. If you go to the emergency room, we have all agreed on this common fiction. I sat on it, right?
Good home.
And no one will blink. No one will go, oh, yeah, sure you did. No, they can just go, okay, well, let's get it out.
Exactly. Better to go and get help
Yeah.
than to drill.
And the problem is with things like cucumbers is what people don't understand. If you ever done a suppository, you shove it up there, and then all of a sudden the suppository goes bloop, and it pulls away from your finger. That's because of that sort of internal sphincter. You know, the top part of the sphincter muscle is round. It's sort of like a donut.
Right.
And when you get it up there, the force on it will force something up into the rectum.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't pull it back out again. Now, if you do that with a cucumber, there's no way you're going to be able to grab the cucumber to pull it back out again, or light bulb, or Coke bottle, or any other stupid thing.
Honey, get the DeWalt.
Now, yeah, really, the DeWalt.
How about this shop bag next time?
Oh, that might actually work.
That might work.
Be better than a drill.
Hey, honey, get the Vaseline and the shop bag.
Except, please, don't do that.
I don't.
Don't listen to
please,
Dr.
No,
Scott.
please do not. No.
Because if you do that, and I said do I get it? If you do try that, you're likely to prolapse your rectum.
Right. And
Because
that's
you're not going to
that's
just
not great either.
you're not just going to be yanking the cucumber out. You're going to be yanking your intestine out with
People,
it.
it's an exit.
Yeah, which is not any better than a perforated bowel.
That's
by
right,
the way.
right,
It's
right,
about
right.
equally awful.
So now, if you want to do some ass play, there are toys that are made for this, and you'll notice that they are tapered on the front end, and then they get bigger, and then they get tapered down again. But then at the very end, they've got a stop, a wide
Right.
Rim.
yeah, a rim. Thank you. That keeps it from going bloop and getting stuck up there.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Look
spend
for
the
the rim.
$5 and get a butt plug or a vibrating ass thing or whatever you want to get.
Ass whistle.
Oh,
No.
butt whistle. I was thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Well, and you know what? Is there a flatus flute up there? I don't see one. Oh, wait. Yeah, I do see one behind the camera, but it's okay.
Yeah.
The Flatus Flute at flatusflute.com. We have nothing to do with the Flatus Flute, but it's got my picture on it anyway. Has
Great picture.
is perfectly made for ass play because it has that tapered end, gets bigger, and then it gets small again, and then it gets really big again to hold it on the outside. Is that what that is behind there?
I hate to mess with it. I'll knock over.
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll show you one later, PA Lydia.
There used to be one up there, but I think
We gave it to somebody.
Yeah.
Usually that's like a gift that you would get for coming here is this whistling butt plug. That's
I think
got
Mel
my-
B took it. I
my
think
visit.
I thought it was a medical. It's not medical.
No, flatus flute. Yeah, it's a medical thing.
Well, for kids, for babies, they have the gas. They whistle.
Really?
Yeah, they truly
What are you
they're
talking
designed
about?
to whistle. So if your baby's constipated, they make these little insertions and you enter them, and then the gas comes out and it creates a whistling sound.
Yeah. So what I think what you're talking
Sounds
about
like
is the suppository, the rectal rocket that's got a slit in it so that you can pass flatus through it,
Well,
and it doesn't blow the suppository out.
there's
that way.
well, there's no suppository though. It's a plastic applicator, and then you remove it and throw it away.
Why would you want the kid's ass to whistle?
That's what I was
So
going to
you
say.
know
Unless they
they're-
just
It's
got
So
to
you
just
know
to
they're passing
relieve
gas?
if it's
they get just
It
terrible
just
gas. I
it
guess.
lets you
it
know.
lets you know that there's
It lets you know they're passing flatus. Okay, I got it because they can't tell you.
yeah.
What kind of whistle is it? Is it like a?
I hope it's like one of those, those ones that go wing, 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 wing. That would be hilarious. Yeah.
No, that would be good.
Would be good.
Oh my god,
That would be fun. I'd put that in my kid's ass every day.
Yes, he would. Yeah, and that's why they're still in therapy. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I won't tell the story about the 12 Barbie dolls in the guy's rectum because I've told that one too many times. But I'll tell you that one later. P.A. Lydia, that's a good one. And but when I was in training, they had a wall of fun things and the ear, nose, and throat department. It was a big glass case, and it had all this stuff that they'd taken out of people's ears and noses. And those were pretty interesting. But nothing's more fun than something that came out of somebody's ass, though.
Yeah. I had a
Careful.
I heard about someone who was a prisoner who would always come to appointments with guards, and the guards would always bring pictures of things that were in urethras,
Oh,
for
yeah.
which they previously had to carry other prisoners to the hospital for.
That's another one is
Hell no.
urethral sounding it's called. So if you've ever done any nautical stuff, if you're sounding, you've got a rope with knots on it, and however many knots it goes down, you can tell how deep the water is where you are. It's called sounding. And so anything that uses a solid object to probe a depth would be called sounding. And so people will take all kinds of things and shove it in their urethra. And then when you lose that, again, same situation. There's no getting it back again. If it ends up in your bladder, that's probably the best case. If it's half in the bladder, like a paper clip, don't do that. If you do a paper clip, first thing you're going to do is you're going to abrade, if not perforate, the urethra. And then if you lose it in there, half of it will be in the penis and half of it will be in the bladder. I'm assuming a dude doing this.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because now you've got all this pressure being put at where the leverage is at the very end of the paper clip that's in the penis. And then a urologist has to go in there. And Dr. Scott and I have both had fiber optics to our bladder, and it sucks.
Jeez.
And just imagine putting a fiber optic big enough in there that's got a clamp on it that can then yank something out of there. And what if it's bent? You can't straighten it out. You're just going to yank it out bent.
No, it's terrible.
All right. Well, this is, a return to an old
Normal.
tradition.
Return to normal.
Yep. Hang on. Tacey, you're on Weird Medicine.
Oh, are you serious?
Are you okay? Oh, no.
She
Hi,
must be good.
Casey.
Oh, I
There
better,
she is now, back to normal.
I better stop
We're off to a
recording
good-
and see what's wrong.
we're off to a
We'll
good
be right
start.
back, everybody.